Okay, so it looks like all the gaps have been recreated in this lobby. And there's already a battle brewing up here.
Perfect. So, I guess we can start then. Welcome everyone to the second stint. We are already live with this race. Let us know also if the comms are okay, or if you have any feedback, or if you want to highlight any particular drivers. So we see there's a battle already brewing up over here between P2 and P3. We see Ancient Player that set up a fastest time for now, 219, quite a decent lap. And we could see a move coming up soon between P2 and P3, Nihal and Manish, between the Porsche and the Lamborghini. So out of the Rouge and to the Camel straight, do we see a move coming up? The gap is remaining steady for now, slightly increasing. So maybe on not this lap, but maybe onto the next lap. And we have also Flash over there chasing this back in P4. So we could see also a battle brewing up soon with these guys. Reducing, and we see interesting. Never seen that before, but I saw the BMW jump a bit.
Yeah, the BMW had a small jump. Yeah, he did jump.
That was new. Anyway, he managed to land it well, apparently, so he's still chasing the guys for P3. So Akash, do you want to repeat the restart process for any new viewers who have probably joined us in this racing?
Yeah. So what happened in the first lap was everyone does a formation lap and enters the pit. And prior to the race, we give them the gaps that were formed by the end of stint 1. So when they go and pit their cars, they need to start work on their cars according to that pit timer that we give them. So when they follow the procedure to the T, then when they come out of the pit, they maintain the same gaps as the first stint ended. This is just a workaround for us because GT7 doesn't have driver swap options yet.
Yeah.
So to work around that, this is the only thing that we could come up with, and it works well if it's followed right, and it looks like it's followed right here because most of them are maintaining the gaps as per the previous stint, so that's worked out well for everyone.
Absolutely. And I guess also they would have a penalty if they do not follow it, so I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
it's safer to.
So if someone fails to follow the procedure, we ask them to go around and enter the pit and redo the procedure with the same timing. So they lose quite a bit of time if they fail to serve the pit procedure right.
So we just saw a move over there. Flash made a move on Nihal. He's now in P3, but and Ganesh is now should be in pressure from that BMW. But then Nia will also get the slip over here through Arul and through Radion, and on this camera straight. Is he able to catch them? No, but Flash is actually making a move, and he should be in P2 by the end of this straight. And yes, he is onto P2. Can he hold on to this? Yes, he makes it. The sector time is up, and he should be there in P2 now. Ganesh also in P3, he's being chased by P4. I think he will also maybe drop a position because the BMW seems to be quite doing good. So is the Huracan, the Lamborghini. What are we expecting for the weather forecast then, Akash? Do we expect a dry race or do we see some action?
So the weather forecast mostly is dry, but there could be a bit of drizzle towards the middle of this stint. Drizzle is expected, but it may not show up, so we're not sure yet. We'll have to wait. But I don't think the drizzle would need them to move to wet or intermediate tires. I think they can manage on their tires for that amount of rain. So
because if you remember in the last race, everything was going so well, and in the last two laps, there was a
there were patches of rains here and there, which threw everyone off.
Let's just jump through the order once. Let's go to Semi. He's in P5, 10 seconds behind P4. Then we have Saras, P6. Abdus is in P7. We have
close battle between these guys.
Yeah, so Abdus is pushing hard, and I think he should be able to get that P6 soon. This lap, he's really pushing it. That could be a really nice move on the inside, and he does it. He is now in P6, but they're going
Still side by
really
side.
at it. Positions are jumping around, and Abdus is still in P6. Slight contact, yeah, and he's able to get onto that P6. So P6 is Abdus, and P7 is Saras. So the position swept around. He's goes slightly wide, but I think it's safe. So in average is in P9, SNI it is Silol, so he is in P10. Let's go through the order once. We have Gurmihar in P11, Mr. Distortion in P12, and then we have Vidveer in P13, Simshifter in P14, and Jali Sinshaw in P15. So they are already having the blue flags. We got a penalty for Simshifter. Okay, and let's see, do we have a battle anywhere? So Ancient Lab is maintaining that gap is 2019. That's 19 to 20, which is a pretty good time. Flash is there. Ganesh and Nian here are locked in for the battle P3, P4. Abdus made a move and he's about 1.5 seconds behind the leader. So he needs to catch them.
There's a battle brewing for P11 here.
P11 and P12 indeed. So Mr. Distortion is 0.7 seconds behind Gurmihar. So will we see a move soon? Maybe at the end of this lap.
So this stint is all about saving your tires and your fuel, because rain really isn't coming into play here. So the guys who can maintain consistent pace with good fuel efficiency would succeed.
So the gap has increased to 1 second. So maybe this would be hard. This lap, but maybe soon we can see some positions swap around here and there. So do we still see a battle? Vidveer is in P13. It's nice to see him again after a long time. We have P2 Flash, who is going to lap him soon. So the BMWs and the Mercedes. So yeah, he's staying out of the line. That's descent. It's a different battle altogether. Perfect. Perfect. Yes, would be interesting to hear from him. He was doing really decent race, but then he had an unfortunate incident. Okay, so we see Vidveer is trying to make a move again. I think this is fair, if we can. And both are from the same team, yes? Is this the same team? Then Akash, could you correct me?
Yeah, they both are from the same team. So if Vidveer can keep up with Flash, then he can make up some time and try and unlap himself in case there's a virtual safety car. He can get back into the race. So it's not done for him yet.
Yes, indeed. And that's some good teamwork out there. These guys are doing it really well. He's using the slip and he's trying to, help his teammate. So that's pretty decent. That's pretty good. We do see Ganesh. He's also chasing this back now, 3.4 seconds. And Nihal, who is still battling with the Porsche in front of him. So what about the tire wear? What tires do you think? I guess they probably are on mediums or softs.
Yeah.
What do you think? How many laps do you think they would expect it to be doing?
I guess the mediums can do about 15 laps comfortably if they maintain pace. If they heat the tires too much, then it's not going to last more than 12, 13 laps. So if they're careful with their tires, 15 laps, very doable on the medium. But since it's a 35 lap race, if someone can manage about 17, 18 laps, with the hard while fuel saving and then swap to a medium and try and complete the race, I think that would be a great strategy. But it could also work out if they go on two stopper and they really push the mediums. So both strategies should work well. Depends on what the driver is comfortable with, either maintaining a consistent pace or really pushing to get quicker lap times and sort of cover that gap. So
But
hards and mediums would be the go-to if you ask me. I don't think soft would work in these conditions well.
Indeed. So
Abdus
right
is
now the
fit.
race is quite stable. We have Abdus jumping into the pits. That's quite
It's a very
early pit
surprising
stop.
pit.
You see, that's an interesting strategy. Maybe he has thought of something. The Mercedes is entering the pits now. Is he going on softs or something?
He
Or maybe
might
it's just
probably
going
move
for
to
grind.
hard. He might fuel up and move to hard.
That's an interesting choice, strategy. One else is jumping into the pits. Do you think it's a bit early to jump into the pits now?
Yeah,
Right
it
now,
is
Akash?
quite early, but so these guys have the option to refuel less during the pit procedure to try and make up some time on track. So probably these guys jumped out of the pit early and refuel less. So they've decided that they need to refuel now for their strategy to work. So they come in early.
Yeah, indeed. So, Ancient Lab would be putting a lap on him right now.
The two BMWs are
He's
still
doing,
working together.
yeah. That is good to see. They are trying to keep the gap. The gap is still, oof. That is what happens if you're too close.
Yeah,
I think we'll had to take some evasive actions over there.
yeah.
Uh, and
They
he
should be careful because you
dropped.
don't want incidents between your teammates.
Yeah, the last thing probably that you
Yeah,
want is an incident with your teammate. And he needs to move out of that racing line, and he does. So he's
yep.
now behind this pack. Yeah, it's pretty risky when you're following someone and you need to brake early. And these guys are okay. Yeah, our Rouge is done. Pretty decent exit. Will have to be behind them, so he unfortunately lost that. Ganesh got a small penalty in the crossing
Yeah,
track.
he slightly cut the track at Oruj.
Yeah. But Nihal is going for it. In such cases, I would just prefer to stay behind, and you know that position is yours. Don't do any mistakes. It's
Yeah.
not worth any risks getting damage.
And also when you are close to a car, like if you're staying behind a car on the straights and stuff, you can save a bit of fuel
True.
in the slipstream. So since it's so early into the race, I would probably stay behind, be a bit patient, and try and get them on the overcut or the undercut accordingly. Because
Yeah, it
the
will come
gap
up.
that you save with fuel would be way more significant than trying to do like make an unnecessary move to overtake. So
Exactly. It will become based on that, like who
yeah,
manages his fuel better and who has better tires at time. So we see this swap soon, or would Ganesh be saving that? So 0.5 seconds is like 0.8 seconds. We see a move coming up. Did he
yep,
manage to
he did.
survive that? Still, it was close, but yeah, the Lamborghini is now in P3. The Porsche is now in P4. So, but still, the Porsche has a chance on the next straight. So let's see if it could manage into this lead. Let's just go through the order. I want to see where Abdus has now turned up. We see Semi P5, P6 is Saras. Then we have Wolf Motorsports in P7, in F3 in P8. Where do we have Abdus after that pit stop? He is in P9. So Wolf Motorsport is followed by Navri, and Abdus is like 5 seconds behind of these guys. I did miss the tire that he chose, but we could see him chasing these guys. Dan is still at SN9. It is I so okay. And then can we head back to P3 P4? Do we
Yep.
see a battle between the guys? Oh, Mr. Distortion is trying to make a move on the Neon. Okay, they managed to keep it clean, and I guess they survived this lap. So Flash is in front of this 5 seconds. The gap is reducing a bit, so we could see a battle between these guys in a few laps. It's interesting. There are battles everywhere, or like there are teammates helping one another. So far, the ancient lab has this race in control. So let's see what happens at the end of the race.
Abdus seems to be catching up to Enavri and Wolf.
Yeah, the gap was 5 seconds.
5 seconds. He's covered up 3 seconds in less than a lap.
Yeah, I'm wondering if did he go on softs over there? We could see maybe from the lap. This could be a stellar of a lap. What did he manage?
This was his out lap, so he'll probably know on the next lap with his pace.
So this is a pack bunching up over here now. We see P6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9 and 10. Senitis Ilol is also catching them up. So this could be interesting. This could be interesting in a while. I hope they are managing their tires. What would you do, Akash? Would you just go through the tires? Would you burn the tires, or like would you be like saving your tires?
I would probably go with the hards and try and push to like 17, 18 laps, and probably do 2 medium with full push. So
people are close to slipping, it seems. Okay.
I think we should bring in some.
Abdus is making a move there on Wolf Motorsport. He is quite quick. I am wondering if those are softs, to be honest. And Wolf Motorsports goes slightly wide over there. So good move there from Abdus. He just took him to the gap, and now he's chasing Maverick for 2.5 seconds. Who is 2.5 seconds in front of him? Can we see the gaps again between Saras and Navri? What is the gap between Saras? Let's go through the order now, Akash. P7 is Navri is.
We'll go right from Pleb. So Pleb has the lead of 47 seconds over Flash. Flash and Nihal, the gap is widened to about 5 seconds. Nihal to Gyanesh is about 1.7. Gyanesh to Sammy is 11 still. Sammy to Saras is a minute. Sammy to Saras, about a minute. And then Enavri, Abdus and Wolf are sort of catching up to Saras. This was 28 seconds, it's coming down.
Yeah, so we kind of have 2 different packs over there. We could see some battle between Akash, Nihal and Gyanesh, and also from Saras onwards. So Abdus is right behind Enavri now. He could be chasing Saras soon.
Yeah.
Wolf has dropped to 2 seconds. Can we have another camera angle on Abdus? Yes, let's wait for him to chase Enavri for a while, and once he's close, once they start battling out, yes, we could definitely switch to another camera angle here. So Wolf is 2.5 minutes behind the race leader. So is Senai. It is Ilol. So this could be a battle, and could we see a battle between Mr. Distortion? I guess there was a. So he's still chasing Gurmehar. This has been a while now.
Yeah.
So he's still trying to find a gap, maybe, or move, trying to make a
I guess distortion is just playing the patient game and saving fuel and maintaining a space behind Gugmeher. Because you do save a lot of fuel when you stay in slip.
True. That could be a pretty good strategy. These are not super far away from P6. I would say P7.
Yeah, not too far away.
But with up push. Yeah. So it could work out well. Maybe saving a pit or something. Yeah. Perfect. Looking forward to him. So we do see a move now from SL9 to Xylol, and that was pretty clean. Wolf Motorsports doing a good job. He goes slightly wide over there, but he manages to keep it clean. And we see a pit at lap 11. Wondering why it is so early. It's for fuel, probably it's for fuel. And we have Mako with us. Mako, can you hear us? Are you still on mute? Can you hear us, Mako?
Hey, what's up, Mako? Yeah, it got pretty crazy at the end.
So Mako, tell us what you felt about the race. Like, how were the conditions?
Yeah, I think that was towards the end of the race. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty brilliant racing actually, Mako. We were quite focused on you, but then do you think it was quite a bit early to go onto the slicks, or like was it like okay and it was just a small mistake? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also with it being dark, I'm sure it's a challenge to keep an eye out on the wet patches and all of that. So very tricky.
Oh, guys, I need to interrupt you. Mako, could you check your voice settings in the app, because maybe your voice is not being heard. Yeah, there would be an option to enable voice something in your settings. Voice chat connection. No, there was some problem. Thank you for letting us know, guys, in the stream. We will solve the issue soon. There was a privacy connection.
Can
Mako,
the
can you
guys
please share
in the
your voice?
stream hear me now?
Guys, can you hear him?
Yup, can you hear me? I think I should now be audible.
Yeah, yes, Mako. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
Okay.
So by the way, we see Pleb and Flash are pretty much doing the same strategy. They both pitted this lap, didn't they?
Yeah, they pit on the same lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nihal, I guess, what was their fuel?
He
I'm not
still
sure
has
now.
to pit. So does Gyanesh. So whilst Pleb and Flash have pit, P3 and P4 are still trying to extend their stint.
Yeah, my suspicion is maybe they're going for the one stop, because you either do a two stop or one stop. So perhaps that's what they are aiming for.
Yeah.
For the second stint, for the first stint, it was pretty much a blinder to everyone because there was rain involved. But for the second stint, we knew that there are two possible strategies. Either you do one stopper, in which you probably have to do 17 or something like that. But while testing, for us at least, for me, I could only do 12 laps on the mediums, and then they were pretty much dead. So if you want to extend the stint to 17 laps on mediums, that would require humongous tire saving. So we decided that we would just go for two stopper and not for the one stopper. I'm not sure, we didn't test exactly which one is faster. We just went with the instinct. So we'll see now anyway in this race.
Makov, you should keep your strategies to yourself because there are other people from other teams watching.
Yeah.
So they might.
Yeah, but I think I'll tell you, even if I'm talking right now, honestly, if people are smart, I don't even need to talk. You can just see when Flash pitted and they'll be able to know what strategy he's doing. Yeah.
True. So Nihal is pit, so Gyanesh is still staying out.
That livery on Gyanesh's car looks really beautiful. I think Nabi just designed it. It looks really, really pretty.
I really like how the Ferraris look.
Yeah, the Ferraris also look really nice.
Yeah. Too dark. But then it'll get brighter later, so.
True.
Yeah, he really carried the first stream for us. And
yeah, he's the old legend. He used to race a lot. Maybe now time doesn't allow him to race much, but yeah.
Yeah, about 3 years ago almost.
Okay. Abdus is on wheel, or is he racing on controller right now?
Abdus is on wheel.
Okay, I mean, I must say that he's gotten used fairly quickly on the wheel.
Yeah, he's picked it up really quick.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because he's new to the wheel, and on the wet, it's so difficult to drive, especially if you're new on the wheel. Yeah, I mean,
I think most people are in that range to save a bit of fuel and.
Yeah, and I assume he must be on mediums. So that pace is not that bad, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's so far away. Generally, it's very unlikely to see incidents, I believe. Yeah, impossible. Such a long track that is. It's a sector-wise. Yeah, they do it sector-wise, don't they? That just
Yeah,
a yellow
they
flag
block
or
out a certain sector,
yeah.
and you only slow down for that particular sector, and then you continue to blast
Yeah.
after.
But even that is so scary to me. I saw some shots of people just slowing down for a sector. I mean, that seems scary. What if you don't know to slow down and you hit the truck and get into something?
Yeah, that can go really badly.
Yeah.
Mickey, I don't think the stream is able to hear you. You'll have to increase your mic's audio, yeah.
We see some cars are lapped and we can see those blue flags around. Flap putting in a really good lap time. I mean, if that time.
No, Gyanesh is.
Did he have?
No, I think he's on a different strategy. So he's
But,
still not
I
fit.
think
I think
he
he'll go into
crashed.
the pit now. Yeah, he's going to the pit.
Yeah. Yeah, because you look at its time, it's 2:35, 2:36. Generally, it's 2:20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Flash has lost about 10 seconds to Pleb since the start of the race.
Okay. Yeah, during the start it was what, 40 seconds? 38
Yeah,
or
it was
48,
about 40,
47?
42 seconds.
Yeah. Lap is putting in some really good lap. At that 2:19, I mean on mediums is a very good lap. This could the 10 seconds that Nanish lost there. It could cost him, especially if he's doing the one stopper.
Yeah, it could. The one stopper needs no mistakes for it to work.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think about the hard tires, Macau?
Hard tires are, they're very difficult, especially on the BMW, because of the BMW is an FR car and has those traction issues. But
Yeah.
to be honest, even if let's say hard tires were not so far, one of the issues with one stopper is your fuel will last
runs out,
yes, you need to also save fuel, and you need to consider that if you save fuel, how much time do you lose and all those things. And so all that combined matters than just the hard tires.
Correct.
I mean, I must say Nihal is driving that Lamborghini really nicely. I mean, we see people also struggle with MR cars if they are bronze players or rather new to the game, because cars like Porsche, Lamborghini, they are easy to get started, but to extract pace from them is a bit difficult.
Yeah, I feel the Lambo is even more of a challenge than the Porsche. Because the Porsche,
Yeah,
if you enjoy how the car rotates, then you can get quick with it fast. But the Lambo is too sharp. Like it reacts very quickly, and that is a little difficult to get used to. So Nihal is doing a great job. He has been doing a great job even the past two races that we had. He's done a great job with the Lambo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they won. Nice.
But this time Nihal is in the Pro. No, Nihal is in the Pro, I guess.
He is with Vishal, no? Yeah, he's with Vishal. Yeah, and I must say Vishal also drove really nicely in the first stint, because he was, far back, if I'm not wrong, at the start. Yeah, came all the way to P3.
So Gyanesh has come out in P5. He can get back into the race if he doesn't pit again.
Yeah.
Because everyone else would go and pit and he would make up a couple of positions at least. But he has to be very consistent with no mistakes till the end.
And he, if you see, he's about 14 seconds ahead of Abdus, and you see Abdus is rapidly gaining on him. That can mean that Ganesh is probably on a one-stopper. He's saving either fuel or tires. But look at Abdus, how quickly he's gaining.
Yeah. Abdus went for a very different strat. He did only 8 laps before his first pit.
Could be that he's doing a two-stopper, but one of his stints on softs.
Yeah,
could be that.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
He must have finished his first stint on the soft.
Yeah.
And then 2 mediums probably with a lot of push, which is also a great strategy.
Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on this gap. It's about 12 seconds to Gyanesh. Let's come back to them a bit later and see how much he's closed in. So all these guys seem to have gotten into a rhythm and they're all maintaining these gaps. So
I must say that Jelly Shinchan has actually caught up quite a bit to SimShifter, because he was 45 seconds something at the start of the race. Yeah. Okay, yeah, could be, yeah, because if he has. If you look at his 14th lap, it's 3 minutes 14 seconds. Must be a pit stop.
Yeah, that's a pit stop.
Yeah. And I think after Jalish Shinchan in the next stint, the guy who is going to take over is probably Sumer. He's also very rapid.
Yeah.
So.
And the next
it's going to be a little.
It's also going to be challenging because it's going to be mixed conditions. So.
And it's going to be also especially challenging for Team BMW, because if you look at the BMW cars, they are just ahead of Jalish Shinchan. We have 2 BMW cars.
Yeah.
So.
About 35 seconds to cover to take both BMWs.
Yeah.
So will you be doing the final stint, Macau?
Well, we had discussed that first stint, of course, I'll do. Second stint would be done by Flash, and third stint we were thinking that if Flash feels comfortable in rhythm in the second stint, then he will do. Or if he wants me to do the third stint, I'll do. One of the thing we were looking for was if the third stint will have some rain, then probably me. Otherwise, Flash, pretty much.
Yeah, the third stint is most likely going to have some rain. So.
Yeah, then in that case,
when the rain would hit, I wouldn't know, but definitely some rain. So this is covered
Gap
about 2 seconds.
Yeah. And Nihal is how far from the guys ahead and behind? He has 16.8 from Flash and 14.5 from Semi. Semi is what? Ferrari?
Semi is Porsche.
Okay.
You can see that it's getting a bit brighter. Looks like the night is coming to an end.
Yeah, I can see the sky is a bit pinkish now, going towards early morning hours. And what team is Enevry in? P7?
Navary is in AMG.
Okay. By the way, look at the gap between P6 and P7, both AMG, but it's almost a minute of difference.
Yeah. I think it
Okay.
was this AMG, the Pro-Am.
Okay.
Yeah, this car. So not bad. If he started from the back and he's come up to
Then
P7.
yeah, that's a P7. It's a good one. Mr. Distortion is also Lamborghini, no? If I'm not wrong.
Yep, he is.
Yeah. We are now what 20 laps done in this race. 15 more laps to go.
Yep.
Oh, he picked up a penalty. I think at Arush. I must say, Flash is also doing pretty decent pace because when I was
that's
doing mediums,
great
I was
consistency.
I was also getting somewhere around, or if not the same, I was getting slightly worse pace. So I think he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, looks
So you
like
see Abdus
Abdus
pitting.
would go to the mediums and push till the end.
Look at his fuel, his calculation. He just
Yeah.
calculated it perfectly. Yeah, I think he was doing 14. What if he did 8, 22 and 13, 14, 13,
Yeah.
8, something like that.
When this livery was done, I think. Oh no, this was not by Numbage.
Yeah.
Oh, when the
Okay.
AMG is by Numbage? Entry line, yeah.
It would be by Nabij, but then it was inspired by Abdus's team, Alien
Team, yeah.
Motorsport. Yeah, you can see the green theme and Alien Motorsport written on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the BMW's livery are for the M6, they are all. I really love how the theme has just there's just been color differences and they all look so
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, they do. All three cars look very nice.
Yeah, hyper elites and yeah, I mean great work by Saurav as well. He designs liveries so good. We might see Pleb and Flash pit in next 2-3 laps perhaps.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Pianshu. Yeah, I think it's Pianshu. Yes, and yes, it's Pianshu. He in fact had a penalty, but not sure. Maybe Pianshu pitted later has fresher tires. I'm not sure.
Look at Pleb's consistency. That's crazy on mediums.
That is really, really quick. I mean, he put a 218.7 on mediums. That generally 218 times are on softs. Yeah. Looks like there's AMG behind a Flash. Uh, It's probably a lap car. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a lap car.
Yeah, lap car. I'm really interested in seeing Nihal's race result because he pitted lap 14th or 15th.
Yeah.
And then from there onwards, if he wants to do a one stopper, he has to do 20 laps. So let's see how. I mean, on mediums, it seems honestly
He
near
could
impossible.
probably do the reverse of what Abdus did.
Yeah, that could be true as well. Yeah, I missed out on that one.
He could stop once for mediums and then towards the end full push for soft.
Yeah, that could be true. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he's on hards and just saving fuel
Yeah,
till the end of
probably.
the race.
Flash is still in a traffic sandwich.
Yeah, and we see Abdus is behind him now.
Abdus doing here?
I think it has to do with the fact that Abdus is lapped and has fresher tires
Yeah.
than Flash. So he's caught up. In all this mix, where is Knanesh? We were tracking him, and he had a gap of
Ganesh is
12.
P5.
He had, and what we don't see Abdus. He had a gap 12.5 seconds. But I think Abdus pitted. Is that why? I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
So now Abdus is going to go till the end. He won't have to pit, and
Yeah.
Ganesh will have to pit.
Or will he do one stop? If he does one stop, he may not pit, right?
Yeah, possible.
Because he has already done his one stop.
Yeah, but his lap times are, he's losing about 4 seconds a lap to Abdus.
Yeah, he's doing
4 seconds a lap.
24s.
Yeah. Flash is still stuck behind Pianshu.
But I think it's Pianshu
Fresher
at
tires,
this point. Yeah, he's faster, so it's probably not as much of a problem for Flash
Yeah,
anyway
yeah.
because
He's not
the gap
being
is
slowed
quite
down.
there. Yeah. Pianshu would be getting those constant blue flags
Yeah.
from for 2-3 laps now. Yeah, actually
Yeah.
they can bump draft each other and save some fuel while doing the same pace. But Gurmeher has to maintain the pace that Abdus has for that to happen. Gurmeher is a bronze driver or is he a silver? Acha, is it Taran? Okay.
So this
Taran
is
Preet's
the
brother.
this is the only pair of siblings that we have in SNI that
SNI,
participate
yeah.
together.
Yeah, and both are in different teams. Taran is, I
Yeah.
think, in Porsche.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Yeah, same console and yeah. Yeah, but I must say he's still doing decent. I mean, he's keeping up with Abdus, is catching up as well. Oh, is he sending a move on on Abdus?
Oh, he's gone to the pit.
Okay, his tires seemed decent to go for a pit in my view, but maybe they have a strategy in mind. Yeah, Flash did his calculation perfect there. Okay, I think this must be the last pit stop for him,
Yep.
and maybe
Pleb
Pleb
is
is going to do probably the
still
soft
pushing,
one
yeah.
last. I
No, I
suspect
don't
he might be
think
doing.
Soft would last 10 laps, no?
No, he won't go. He won't. He will go to the pits at what, lap 28 or 29.
But Flash and Pleb pit at the same time the previous time. So unless Pleb has done some serious saving, he won't be able to push another
Yeah, that is true.
5
That is
laps.
true. He must in this stint he should have either saved. I mean, saved tires and fuel both. But looking at his pace, it doesn't seem like that.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, very, very fuel efficient. It's a car. I mean, look, if you have to do heavy, extensive fuel saving, it's not the best car. But if you want to do fuel saving while also maintaining a decent pace,
Yeah.
that is the place where that car is really good.
Correct. Oh, so Pleb is
We
pitting.
see, yeah, he's pitting. Pleb.
Yeah, he'll probably go on medium and do a full push to the end. So we might
Yeah, that-
see some faster laps.
Faster laps,
From
yes,
Pleb.
indeed. And now his fuel will also be lesser. He
Yeah.
doesn't have to refuel full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the game has a mind of its own. No matter how much we test for conditions, it's never the same in the race. So
Yeah, it has that randomness even if you completely script it.
yeah.
This doesn't.
So it's nice. There's an element of surprise even for the host, so it's fun.
Yeah.
This purple Ferrari looks beautiful. Very nice.
Yeah. And who has designed this Ferrari liveries if you guys are aware?
Hershey is, yeah.
Okay. See.
Hershey, Ankur, all of them together did these cars. So let's see where. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Indeed. The red. I know that one. So
Pleb is in a
now
comfortable lead.
we have what, near Nihal in P2, Semi in P3, and these guys are comfortably ahead of Flash actually at this point.
No, but they both need to pit. I don't think they can push it to the end.
Okay, I mean if they have to pit, then of course Flash
Yeah.
has caught it, but I don't know about near Nihal, what he's doing. Doing 22s, maybe he'll pit probably. I think.
Yeah, I think he has to pit. Because when I was testing, I had to be in the 24-25 range to make one stopper work.
Yeah. So he'll
Because
probably pit
anything more
and go
than
for
that,
softs.
you need to pit twice.
Yeah, he'll probably go for softs in the last stint.
Yeah.
I think same for Semi then as well. But still, if you look at the gap there, Nihal is what, 18 seconds and 26 seconds between
That's
Semi and
about
Flash. That
40 plus seconds.
36, 46, 44 seconds
Yeah.
about. And I mean, it could be close between Flash and Nihal
Yeah, it
towards the
could.
end.
And if
he
Nihal
comes
is
out on
fresh
softs.
tires, so he will
Yes,
have that
fresh.
advantage.
And that too on softs.
Yeah,
So
that will be quite interesting to watch.
see, Gnanesh is what, 9
Yanesh is
seconds.
on a one stopper, I feel, because his pace looks
Yeah.
like one stopper pace.
But I must say, even for a one-stopper pace, he's like doing 24, 24, 24, 24. Fairly
Yeah, that's
consistent there.
very consistent.
Yeah. Priyansh is also fairly consistent in the 21s, 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 and one in 20. Abdus has lost some pace there. If you look at them, 23, 24.
Knowing Abdus, he could be on a completely wild strategy where he does. When did he pit?
But I think he's already done 2 of his pit stops now.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't make
this must
sense
be
for him to maintain pace now.
Is he gaining on pleb as well? Oh yeah, I think maybe pleb. He's gaining on straight. Not sure what had happened to pleb there. Oh, maybe that was the time he came out of the pits. That was why he
Probably,
was
yeah.
gaining on pleb. Yeah.
So Sammy is pit.
Yeah, Sammy is what, 23 seconds. Let's see how far back behind Flash does he come out. Maybe we can get an idea then the gap that
With
Nihal and
yeah.
Flash will have. Yeah. Flash has closed up to Nihal. It was 44 seconds when we calculated. Now it's 42 seconds. So he's gaining. Okay, Gnanesh might. Yeah, he's ahead of Sammy.
So Gyanesh could. It'll be very close between Nihal, Flash, and Gyanesh. Depending on
but
when
I think
Nihal,
Flash will still gain.
Yeah, he'll definitely have
couple of
P2.
Seconds. Yeah.
But between Nihal and Gyanesh, it'll be very tight.
Yeah.
And if Gyanesh has to fuel save and Nihal can push, it's going to be an interesting race. So Sammy is 25 seconds behind Gyanesh.
And whatever the lap time, he's doing 22. That means he's about 2 seconds quicker than Ganesh every lap.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's enough to.
No, it's not enough in 7 laps.
Yes, not enough. I think both are fun, but honestly, this one seemed really fun because it was all just Group 3 cars, a mixture of just different drivers, but all Group 3 cars. I really enjoyed this one. I would say it depends on track. So for tracks like Le Mans, if it has hypercars, that would be fun. But let's say for tracks like Nürburgring, definitely all Group 3 cars would be the one. Yeah, I must say all Group 3 cars, what makes this fun is a mixture. So you get a variety. Some races all Group 3 cars, some races Group 1 and Group 3 cars. So both are good. Yeah. True. Yeah.
And coincidentally, in real life, the 12 hour of Spa is happening as we speak. So these guys are doing it virtually, and the real guys are doing it in real life.
Oh, is it happening today itself?
Yeah, today.
Wow.
And also for the weather, we took full inspiration from the real track weather. We kept following the weather of the real track, and we put that to simulate for the virtual race.
That is insane. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
after looking at the weather.
Yeah. I think Nihal will pit at the end of lap 29.
29 is what even I feel.
Yeah. He is now losing a little bit of his pace because he's putting 23s now.
Yeah. He could probably pit on this lap, but to push the soft for 7 laps would be
7 laps
a
is very
task.
difficult. Yeah. Let's see then.
Oh,
Yeah.
he pits.
Oh, he has pitted. Okay, that would be interesting where he ends up
Let's see where
towards the end.
Ganesh comes.
Yeah, it's between him and Ganesh.
One minute
Will
is
he?
with fuel, Venki. So with lesser
But
fuel,
now, yeah,
he can
now he has
come out
to
in like
refuel
45,
less.
50 seconds.
Now he doesn't have to refuel fully because it's just 7 laps remaining.
He'll be very, very tight with Ganesh, but he'll be on fresh tires, so he'll have the advantage.
We see. Let's see what tires he probably softs. Let's see. I must say, Flash. I mean, for the team BMW, Flash has done an amazing job because he was P4 when it started.
Yeah, he's done a great job.
He's now in P2, and not only is he in P2, he has kept a good bit of a gap from P3 and P4. So for the stint 3, whoever drives it, it's about 21 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, let's see.
It'll be very tight.
He might have the run, but
tight.
Nihal has the fuel, has the tires,
yeah,
has everything. I was telling you, right, that if Ganesh had not lost those 10 seconds,
exactly.
those 10 seconds would have been very crucial.
Exactly. That's what lost him his P3 in case he can't make up this position.
Yeah.
But you never know. Ganesh can put a bit of pressure on Nihal, and Nihal could also make a mistake. So it's not over until it's over.
True. But at this point, I feel, Ganesh just doesn't have those tires with him. Doesn't have the fuel with him.
Yeah, at this point, Nihal is definitely, he has the upper hand here.
Yeah, unless he makes a mistake then Nihal.
Yep. So it's a 20-second gap to Flash, which he's not going to be able to make in 5 laps, 6 laps.
Yeah, true.
Pleb is in his own world.
Yeah. Seems like there would be some of the cars whom he would have left not once but twice, maybe more.
He's catching up to someone else. But it's nice to see that these guys tried different strategies. Like Ganesh done the one stopper. No, it's a big gap.
Yeah, that's a good bit of a gap.
Let's go through the grid and see what else is going on.
Mr. Distortion was behind Enevry, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he has also made good few positions from where he started.
So the Lamborghini guys have done a good job.
True.
Or it could just be mediums with push. Because you can do 19s on medium.
Could be mediums with push with less fuel. Because less fuel can help you get that pace.
Because if you push the soft, they get worn out really quickly.
Yes, exactly.
I would rather go on the mediums and push the mediums than the soft.
Yeah, softs have just tire life of 6 laps.
5-6 laps, yeah.
Yeah.
Pianshu still has his blue flags. He's had these blue flags, I think, for half the race. Oh, Jelly has made up 2 positions. Wolf has made a mistake somewhere. Oh, Pleb is on round 2 of lapping.
Yeah. Number 51. It's they've made a sticker, right? The car doesn't have that.
Yeah, so the Ferrari has a illuminated sticker, like a spot on the car. I think even
Okay,
the
the car
Porsche
itself?
has it. Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
see, like the Porsche has a
Yeah,
illuminated.
true.
Yeah, so I think Nihal has this safe. P3.
And how far is Ganesh from semi now? Because there are 4 laps to go, and we look.
13
I
seconds.
mean, and okay, he's doing 24:25, and let's see the time that Sam is doing. He's doing
20:21.
20:21s. So let's assume 21 and 24, 3 seconds per lap, and we
5
have what
laps
4
to
laps
go.
remaining? Yeah, 5. 5 into 3, 15. Could be close
Yeah,
between
it could
Semi
be.
and Ganesh.
Yep.
He has to get past Vidwir as quickly as possible. Vidwir is also doing good. I mean, he's P11. He was like P13 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
Oh. I think he sent the move there.
Yeah. "12 seconds. Let's keep an eye on that."
Yeah, let's keep an eye on these two, actually.
Yeah, I think the remaining.
Oh, Jerry Shinchan has. Look at, yeah. And he's ahead of Sim Shifter actually at this point.
And Wolf.
Yeah. Sim Shifter is 13th, 5 seconds, has 5 seconds before.
Yeah, that's really good improvement.
Really consistent. And I mean, if you are, in place of Jelly starting the race, you're anyway very demotivated. But
Yeah.
Despite being demotivated, he put such a good stint, consistency. Yeah. Exactly, and he, as I was talking about, that 2 BMWs, so he has overtaken 1 BMW, and the other BMW is what, 3.5
3
seconds ahead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
if you compare the pace, he's about 3 seconds a lap, 2-3 seconds a lap faster.
yeah, I mean, even if we, let's say, keep the gap like this, the next stint, we have a very fast guy from their team driving this car, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
It's Umair. So
Yeah.
I think for him it would be fairly easy. So overall, great job from that team, despite having such a very hard first stint. I wonder what happened to these two, because these two were ahead. I mean, they were not this far back.
They must have had an incident somewhere, probably.
I mean, for stint 3, some guys will have to wait 4 minutes in the pit
Yeah.
because of Pleb.
Yeah.
Pleb is to be put to the blame.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Jelly is pushing to catch up to Vidveer.
Yeah, he almost had a moment there. I was like, yeah, like, oh, he might just lost it, but he controlled it. It was a close one.
Yeah. Cool. Makovin, if you need to get ready and plan for the next lobby, you're welcome to.
Yeah. I mean, I'll stay in the party just for 1 or 2 more laps, and
Cool.
yeah, I'll also meanwhile keep the game launched, so and just join the lobby. I wanted to see the weather settings. Basically, that was what we were waiting for. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Pianshu is catching up to an Avery. Yeah. Jelly is 2.5 seconds away.
.2 seconds now. Do we have a car between Vidveer and Jelly?
Yeah, we do.
Blue?
We have Sammy.
Okay.
So that could help Vidveer a bit.
Yeah, that could.
Because
and how
when
far
Sammy
back
is
is
pushing-
Nemi from Ganesh now?
So Ganesh to Sammy is 8 seconds.
Okay.
So that is, I think, more or less done. Now the race is between Enaveri, Pianshu, and Vidveer and Jelly. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Okay, thanks, Winky. I'll just joining. Okay. This is how many laps? 46 laps. Maybe a long stint. So for now, you can pretty much assume it's just me who is going to do the third stint, but I just want Flash to just, the race to end, just need to have a very short and quick discussion with him.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. That was really fun, and thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for joining
It was
us.
really fun.
Thanks for keeping us company.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
See you. Yep.
Yeah, you're welcome. See you all. Yeah. Okay, so if I am doing the stint 3, I am all fine to host the lobby. All good. Yeah. As soon as the race ends, I'll just talk quickly with Flash. If he wants to do a long stint like 46 laps, I need to talk to him because for him, yeah. And I'll just let you know as soon as I have confirmation.
Done.
Okay.
Thanks a lot,
See you.
Marco. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you.